In this week's Parsha, Parshas Lecha, there's a famous medrash that we all heard growing up, and that is that there was a person traveling from place to place, and he encountered upon a house that was all lit up, and he didn't see an owner anywhere, and he wondered to himself, is it possible that there's a house here with no owner? All of a sudden, the owner appeared and said, Ani balabira, I am the owner of the house. Avram Avinu found himself in a similar situation. He was living in an illuminated world, a world that was fully functional, and it seemed that there was no creator. There was no owner. And he wondered to himself, is it possible to have a world without a creator? And all of a sudden Hashem appeared to him and said, Ani balabira, I am the owner and the creator of this world. Beautiful medrash, but it seemingly needs a little bit more depth, a little bit more clarification. Because Avram Avinu wasn't the first tzaddik or the first person that was maimin b'Hashem to think of this question. There was Noach, there was Shem ve'Ever, there was Chanoich, Shalach. All of these tzaddikim lived before Avram Avinu, and nobody asked this question. Avram Avinu was the first person to ask this question. How is it possible? Says Rameir Chadash that Avram Avinu was the first person to ask this question based on this mashal that the Medrash gives about the house being lit up. All the others, they had the same question. If the house wasn't lit up, wouldn't you have the same question? There's an architectural layout, there's a building, there's a facade, there's a whole structure here. Even if the house wasn't lit up, what's the purpose of the mashal describing that the house was lit up? And if the house wasn't lit up, then there wouldn't be a question of whether or not there's an owner? Obviously they had that question. But Avram Avinu touched upon the fact that the house was lit up. What does it mean lit up? It says Rameir Chadash that most houses are lit up interior. The interior is lit up because it's not talking about a light or a light bulb that lights up the living room or the dining room or the kitchen. Rameir Chadash says that this mashal, this medrash, is referring to a light that illuminated the outside, the surrounding, the perimeter of the house. Not just the driveway or the front door where you walk in. The whole point of the light was to illuminate outwards so that passersby could see where they're going. It illuminated the whole street, the whole block. There was no need for lampposts. That was what Avram Avinu questioned more than the other tzaddikim that lived before him. The question is, what? Avram Avinu never encountered a house that it seemed like there was no tachlis in the house other than to serve light to other people. There was no light in the house, the light was outside the house. What is the purpose of that? Avram Avinu was astounded. I've never seen such a thing that the purpose of something is for Yenim, is for someone else, is to create and do for someone else. And that's when HaKadosh Baruch Hu appeared to Avram and said, Ani balabira, and I'm going to show you the world is built on chesed. Oilam chesed yibana. Hashem did not need to create this world. Hashem only created the world to give to us, to do chesed. Mahu racham avata racham. And because Hashem does that, that's how we have to live our lives. Avram Avinu taught us a lesson by being the avlam aminim, by living in emunah for Hashem. He realized that there's a balabira, there's a creator, but the creator is not there just for himself. It's not self-serving. The purpose is for others, to do for others, to do chesed, and that's why Avram Avinu was the pillar of chesed. May we be zeicha to continue in our forefathers' footsteps and continue doing chesed. And we be zeicha, just like the world was built on chesed, we should see the chesed of the coming of Mashiach Tzidkenu b'mher v'yameinu amen. Have a beautiful Shabbos.